As we continue to get to know our neighbors who make Delmarva so special, today we want to throw a familiar face in the spotlight for you. The owner of Dry-Tek Environmental, Austin, Ireland. He's known as a crawl space and basement waterproofing expert, but he has a passion for much more than that. We sent 102.5 WBOC's Corey Phoebus to hang out with Austin, and he said he came away feeling like they've been friends forever.
You may know of Dry-Tek Environmental. You may have even seen the owner, Austin, Ireland. And over the past couple of years, I've worked with Austin in a plethora of ways and became intrigued. Who is this guy? What's he all about? We, the people of Delmarva, must know who is Austin, Ireland. Just as suspected, Austin is an open book, willing to share the fascinating details of his life, starting with his interest in serving our country.
Growing up in my house, there was a lot of military movies being watched by my dad. It's very macho, a lot of Clint Eastwood, so I just kind of gravitated that direction. I just felt like it was also something a young man should do. Put his time in, serve his country, defend freedom, and then, decide from there. In the mid-90s, I got out of high school, and I went into the Marine Corps. First duty station was with a unit called the Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Team, also known as FAST Company. Our main job was to reinforce and protect embassies. Then from there, I went to the regular Fleet Marine Force, did 4 years there, and then I got out. So a total of 8 years in the United States Marine Corps.
Austin's life in the military made him no stranger to hard work, which made Dry-Tek the perfect fit.
The crawl space industry, if you think about where you're going, under a house, a confined space, it's cold, it's dark, it's damp, creatures, bugs, you're on your stomach. That kind of segues from the Marine Corps rather nicely because I'm not afraid to go in those environments. It makes my job easy. There's no hesitation. I don't mind being in that environment. It just kind of made sense.
While you may see Austin as the face of Dry-Tek Environmental now, that wasn't always the case.
I started out as a project manager, worked my way up to an estimator, then I was general manager for a while, and then in 2013 I took ownership of the company.
As the owner of a company that is physically demanding, Austin looks to CrossFit to keep in the best shape possible.
CrossFit is functional movements performed at high intensity. So you take a basic movement like a deadlift, which could be the same as picking a package up off the ground, and you perform a various amount of reps under a certain time scheme. Everything we do in CrossFit translates into real world movements. So we're not bodybuilding or powerlifting. Everything is done in moderation with the goal of your health across the long continuum. I hope to live to be 85, 90 years old, so I don't want to crush my body now and then be in a wheelchair when I'm 90.
Austin is certainly not the type of man to take the easy route. As a matter of fact, one of his hobbies includes running. Why? Because it's challenging.
I actually started running when I was, 15 years old in high school. I ran track. I was a sprinter, which I enjoyed, but then I tried distance and realized how hard that was, so that's when I really fell in love with it. I'm obviously not built like a runner. I'm not long and lanky. I'm more of like a rhinoceros, so when I want to challenge myself, I run.
Another way Austin likes to spend his time is getting his fix of adrenaline on the shooting range.
Some people skydive, some people bungee jump. When you take a young man that's in a military type atmosphere, it's always high adrenaline the whole time. And then you come back to the civilian sector and it's a little more laid back. It doesn't really have all that daily constant adrenaline rush. So when I go to the range, it kind of takes me back to a place that I used to be. I enjoyed that. Gun safety is paramount. You keep your guns in, you're safe. Make sure they're unloaded, keep them away from kids. It's very important.
Austin is a man of many hats, and he's proven to be a success in all of them, all because he lives by one simple formula.
Eat healthy, exercise regularly, take lots of responsibility, don't lie, tell the truth, always tell the truth. I've been known to go to a customer's house and say, hey, you really don't need Dry-Tek, your crawl space is amazing, it's in really good shape. Call us back in 2 to 3 years, we'll check it out. We hang our hat in our integrity, especially me personally.
I was already pretty excited for the opportunity to talk with Austin about who he was, but afterward, I left feeling more excited. Hearing Austin's outlook on life and seeing how he runs his business certainly makes him an asset and a friend to Delmarva.
Good guy, right? Something else about Austin, we have lost count of the number of people who have asked us if Corey is related to him. Well, we agree there's definitely a resemblance. No, they're not related. Now, if you'd like to know more about Dry-Tek Environmental, all you have to do is go to delmarvalife.com.